right, everyone. Back again with another episode of Access Code Podcast. You know, I'm doing these episodes and everything like that. Appreciate all y'all for being on the show. And I got someone special on this show this week, Mr. Koolie High himself.
Yes,
How are you, sir?
I'm good, man. How about yourself?
I'm doing really good, blessed.
Good.
Can't complain. Glad that you were on this week's episode and
Thank
everything
you for having
like that.
me, man. Thank you for having me.
Of course.
Yes, sir.
So let's since this is your first time here, we're gonna get into the beginning and everything, kind of get to know a little bit more about you and everything.
Okay.
So since you are a musician, when did you get started? When did you get your start in music?
Man, out the womb. Not gonna lie to you. Out the womb, I was my whole family sings, so I was born into it, and so even though I didn't want to do it,
You did not.
Nah, man, I had dreams like every other kid, want to be a football player or a basketball player. But, you know, circumstances didn't go the way I wanted them to. So, of course, I started singing officially. I think the first time that I openly sung was the age of, 5, 6. My mom made me get up and sing. And like every other parent.
Like every other parent, you got something. They know you have talent in something. They're gonna make you do it.
She would hear me singing around the house, and so one youth Sunday, it was our Sunday to sing, and she called the song, and she said, "You're gonna sing it this morning." And I'm like, "No, you're gonna sing it this morning." So the rest is history from there. Started singing from there, man, and love it, man. I love doing what I do,
and I'm happy that you do it and everything like that. So was your mom like head of the choir or anything like that?
She at that time, she was head of the youth choir at that time. We were Church of God in Christ, Solid Rock at the time. That's the church we were going to. And she just made me get up there and sing that morning, man.
I love that. Cause similar story for me. It wasn't singing, but my mom made me be an usher. For the youth fellowship.
Right.
And so I have that I'm not one to just stand around or whatever and everything, but. But sometimes they know our best interests and everything like that, and then, or they'll pay attention to it so much. As you mentioned earlier about when you was just singing in the house, and it's like, okay, well, might as well just take it out. Are you from Oklahoma?
Born and raised.
Born and raised. I love to hear that because not too many times I would hear a lot of artists that are really going in the grind that you're going are from here. Which I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I love. People that even come in here to even start their music journey or just doing anything, and it's rare that I find anyone that's been born and raised from here. So I do love that and everything. So how'd you come up with the name Koolie High? Is it from the movie?
Literally, it's from the movie. So when I got into the live music situation, I was fresh out of high school. And I was growing this big old afro at the time. And the band that I was the lead singer for is a band called Casino Band. Shout out to my cats. And we was getting together doing rehearsals, and they was like, "Man, this dude got this big old afro. It looked like one of the guys from Koolie High." I hated the name, man. I promise you, I hated that name. They, "What up, Koolie High? What up, Koolie High?" And it just stuck. You keep hearing it, and you keep hearing it. Like, dude, I really don't like this name, but this is what they calling me. So let's stick with it. And it, you know what I'm saying? It turned into a little household name around the city.
It's funny that because even when I heard the name, I'm thinking if it's something more than that, then hey. But I did have a guest about 2 episodes ago that he actually, that's one of his favorite movies, and he named one of his albums Highly Cool. And so I kept thinking it's a lot of correlation. It's been a minute since I probably watched them. I probably watched them maybe once. If you guys don't know the game Black Card Revolt, that's one of the questions in there. So I don't get it right all the time. I'm just going to be completely honest with you. But I love to hear that.
Man.
So now I find out a little bit more about you because of the fact that you didn't want to sing, and then you also didn't want to be called Koolie, but it's just it sticks.
It's stuck. Man, I was used to being called my government name, Freddie. So You know, I thought, hey, I get on stage, that's what they're gonna be calling me, Freddie.
Right.
But you know, hey, the Koolie stuck with it, and it's growing from there, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
so now my first time getting to know about you, just from the first time I ever heard you, I would say, was the song with you and KO.
Hey, yeah, my sister.
Yeah, it was. That collaboration was real good. Probably one of my favorite ones off that The Gentleman Preferred Blondes EP and everything. Yeah. And I was like, okay, you know, I like it. But then it was like that one time. And then I would say I've seen you on flyers. Yeah. Just you are constantly working and everything. Yeah. But I've never really had a chance to see you perform. But
man, you gotta do that, man. You gotta do that.
Here's the thing, at the time. But the streak broke. We finally got to see you perform. My wife and I went to Corey Lachelle's show. Okay, one of my favorite people. Love to see her.
Shout out to my little sis, man. Yeah. Shout out to little sis.
And so when you opened the show, this was my first time. I'm like, finally, because I think it was gonna be. It was one of the shows earlier, and I don't know if maybe you may have another booking somewhere or whatever. So I didn't get to see you. Yeah. So I was like, okay, you know, because I've been hearing your name, and I've been, you know, like I said, that feature with you and KO. I'm like, all right, can't wait to see this. Right. And when I saw you. Amazed. I was
Thank
amazed.
You, I appreciate that.
Very
man.
talented. My wife was saying, this is how I know that you are really special in this, because my wife looked at me and said, we need to do more nights like this.
That's what's up.
And she gives me that
That's
approval.
what's up.
Hey, you know,
shout out to your wife, man.
That's
what's
up. I was like, yo, guess
up.
who wants to be on the show? Guess who I'm gonna get on the show?
Man.
When I said that, I was like, I was just tickled and joyed for that. I do appreciate you just being here.
Thank you, man. Thank you for real for letting me be on here, man.
Of course.
Been trying to do a podcast, and I was like, man, I guess nobody want to know nothing about me. So you know,
and also I feel bad because I didn't even know you followed me at one point, and then because I was like, oh, let me follow Koolie. I was like, oh,
he already followed me.
Yeah, I'm like, y'all, the notifications have been up, so if I got to a message or
that's
anything,
a good deal,
I gotta
man.
say apologies for now. But since you have been performing a lot, you know, how often do you perform?
Man,
you gotta be doing a lot of it. I'm assuming.
I stay performing weekly, at least 3 to 4 nights out the week.
3 or 4 nights out of the week, on
top of having a regular job. So let me tell you, man, I do shows, and sometimes shows will go until about 11:30, 12, and I gotta turn around and get off the stage, rush home, take a shower, and go clock in. So I literally, I be on the grind, man.
Was it that night for Courtney's show? Because I was like, I don't think I saw you for the rest of the night.
Yeah.
So you
got in,
you was grinding.
I got out, man. Like literally, I wasn't clocked in at 1 o'clock in the morning. So I get it, man.
I understand. You know, we still got to pay bills. I totally understand that.
Yeah.
What is your favorite thing about performing?
Just being able to, like I always, when I talk to everyone, my goal is to leave a lasting impression. Not every night is going to be an A+ night. Even with my C+ night, I try to leave a lasting impression with you or whatever. Yeah. And so I just love it when new people get to see me perform. Yeah, and it's like, oh, I've never heard this dude before, but dang, this dude is really dope. Whatever. Yeah. And like, it really makes me feel like, I'm really doing what God put me on this earth to do is sing, you know what I'm saying? So that's the one thing I really love about singing and performing. Just getting up there, being able to be me is where I can be my most sane. Yeah. So, that's what I love about it, man.
Okay. And do you have your own band? Or is it just...
I do. I have a band that I have a couple bands that I play with, but the main band that I play with is the band that sets up with me on my regular gigs. We call ourselves, it was random, somebody put this together, we call ourselves the Thursday Night Boys.
Thursday Night Boys.
And the reason why is because the gigs that we were doing, it was mostly Thursday. Okay. So they were like, the Thursday Night Boys. So it stuck. So shout out to my guy, Nevin Justice and Trap Soul, and there's some of my bandmates. And, like I said, I play with a couple other bands as well here in the city, between here and Tulsa also. So, nice. Man. Nice. I just be in and out with musicians, man. I love when I get a chance to work with new musicians or musicians I worked with before, and we just haven't worked with each other, and we meet back up again. So, yeah, man, it's fun, bro.
I love that.
Yeah.
And so, and I noticed from their performance, you did a lot of covers.
Yeah.
And so, do you have a certain favorite one that you love to cover?
It's so many. It's so many. But one of my favorite songs to do a cover to is Bill Withers' "Lovely Day."
Oh yeah.
I love that song. Like the first verse, when I wake up in the morning and the sunshine hurts my eyes. Like I love that line, man. And I when I heard it, I knew that when I got the opportunity to perform it, I was going to perform it. And so, you know, I have so many, but that's one that sticks out to me as well. Yeah.
Okay. Now, I gotta know, because even with you working and everything, you know, a lot goes into this, into you know, you doing your thing. But do you have any type of preparation or rituals that you kind of get yourself prepared for?
Not really. And it's crazy because, you know, I see different singers and vocalists that have their different rituals or whatever.
Yeah.
Me, I just get on stage and just
do
like,
it.
you know, hey, let's just, how it come out is how it's gonna come out this night, and I hope that it comes out the right way.
I like. Is there any like rehearsals that you know?
Yeah, I do rehearse amongst myself. The band we get together, we do rehearse. And so, yeah, you know, to put on a show, of course, you can't just you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, I mean, hey, you might be professionals, you know, just do it like that. I mean, hey, I ain't I ain't Iverson. So we do practice.
I love that. So outside of making music, what other hobbies are you into?
Man, on my downtime, I just really like to spend time with my kids and the wife.
Nice.
Just stay out the way, man. I really try to stay out the way. Like everybody always say, "What you up to?" Staying out the way and staying busy. That's what I do, man.
This really is
staying out the way and staying busy.
I can understand that.
But I'm into cooking. I love to cook.
Nice.
So when I'm not performing anything, I'm trying something new. I'm trying to cook something new. And, you know, so yeah, that's what I'm into.
Okay. What's the dish you like making?
My favorite dish right now, I do a catfish. It's like catfish, and I take my crawfish and cream sauce and throw it on top of it with some dirty rice, and I sit that catfish on top of that dirty rice. And
see that sounds
put that
good.
cream sauce. Oh man, with that crawfish on top of it. Oh man, will bust your gut.
Okay. Koolie cooking in the kitchen.
Yes sir.
I love
yes sir.
That. How long you your wife and have been married?
We've been married for 7 years. We've been together for 10, man. Been together for 10 years.
It's almost just like me and my wife. 6 and 11.
Okay. Yeah, we just celebrated our 10 year being together back on the 12th.
Okay.
And we got a little girl. Got a 5-year-old daughter, Claire. That's my baby, man. That's my heart.
Oh, I love that.
So yeah, I'm a girl dad, man. I got 4 daughters.
You have 4 daughters?
Yeah. I have 4 daughters. I have my oldest is 25.
Nice.
Then I have a daughter that is a sophomore at Langston right now.
Okay.
And I have a daughter that's getting ready to graduate high school this year. So
I love that.
Yeah, man. 4 daughters, man.
4 daughters. I don't have any children, but I can only imagine.
It's fun, man. It's fun.
Okay. Now, even though you had mentioned Bill Withers, do you have any influences of music coming up?
So, coming up, you know, we had to listen to a lot of gospel music.
Of course.
So we had to sneak away to listen to the R&B. And so coming up, all of my favorite male vocalists is everyone's favorite Marvin Gaye, Donny Hathaway, D'Angelo. People always ask me, you know, one person that I try to emulate coming up, you know, was one of the guys that I really, because even in high school, when they would hear me sing, like that would be one of the one songs that they would ask me to sing. So I would always be like, oh, okay. So I would study D'Angelo and be trying to sound just like him or whatever. So D'Angelo, so many more, but just to name a few of those: Donnie, Marvin, D'Angelo, Sam Cooke, Al Green. You know.
Legends. I love that.
Legends.
So even with that being said, because you know a lot of the people that you named were definitely, you know, like I mentioned, legends, but you know they really left a lasting impression. But today's R&B may be a little different. What's your take on it? What's your opinion on today's R&B? You know, from an artist yourself. So
I had this conversation with my wife a while ago. there's glimpse of greatness in R&B now. There is glimpse of it. Mm-hmm. I'm not the biggest fan of the R&B music right now, but you know, it still takes guts to get off in that booth and doing what they doing, or whatever. Right. So I can't knock the hustle. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, but you know, you got your different artists out here, your Vitos, and you know, you got people who really don't like Chris Brown, but Chris Brown is a dope artist. He's a dope artist. I can't knock what he done is what he done. Yeah. But artistry, the guy is a dope artist or whatever. You know, it's like I said, it's glimpse of greatness out here. So I can't take away from the R&B that's being put out because there is some good R&B. Yeah. One of my favorite artists right now, male artists in the R&B scene. His name is Kenyon Dixon. Do yourself a favor. You probably heard him. Like,
I gotta look back on that. I'm gonna have to look back on that.
Kenyon
I think I know who you're talking about.
I think he calls himself the king of R&B right now. Dude, and I can't knock it because dude is not missing everything that he dropped. Mm-hmm. He's not missing. Okay. Now he dropped one recently that I don't too much care for, but. But the dude's not missing when he's dropping or whatever. So there are artists out here that get it. Yeah. That get it. So, you know, my take on it is just keep listening and you'll find what you're looking for. So that's my take on the R&B. Yeah. You don't have to listen to all the R&B that's out there. Yeah. I mean, everybody has their certain type of music that they want to hear or whatever. So there's music for everybody.
I've noticed, just because for myself, I've listened to a lot of stuff. Actually, it's a few artists that I love, like their art of work. Mm-hmm. Not even just nationally, even the people here, Courtney, Chorus, dope. Rachel,
Courtney and Rachel are dope. Shout out to them. Rachel wrote a couple songs on my project.
Really?
And man, that was my first time meeting Rachel, was recording this project, knowing of Rachel anyway, and I didn't meet her until after she did a photo shoot with my wife.
Oh.
My wife is a photographer.
Okay, nice.
And so she did her album, Rachel's album cover.
Oh, the 2090?
Yeah.
Oh, and those pictures look amazing. Yeah. What's your wife's name?
J. Margine. That's what she called.
Those pictures are amazing. Yeah. I love your work because since I know what it is. I love that.
Yeah. So that's how I met Rachel. Well, I officially met Rachel doing that. Mm-hmm. And like I said, she wrote a couple songs on the project, man. Dope individual, both of them, Courtney and Rachel. Yeah, shout out to both of them, doing big things, man. Keep doing what y'all doing, man.
Of course.
Keep doing it.
We since you brought up about the project, we're gonna get into it real quick. Hey, let's do an album breakdown of Something Blue. It was released May 9th. Yeah. Very smooth project. First of all, I'm gonna say this as well. Shout out to 778 Music Group.
Reggie, because shout out to you, brother.
This year, y'all have been. Look, championship band. 3 for 3. Yeah. That and I need everyone to understand. It's rare season when we have one particular group and they all release and they all hit 50 points. Everybody is just killing it.
That man said it was strap season. It's time to come get the straps. So shoot, we dropped some heat, man. It was like literally back to back. I think Courtney dropped first, then I dropped, and then Rachel dropped. Yeah. And it was so crazy because I heard Courtney's first, and I was like, yo, this is dope. Mm-hmm. And so we recording my project, and I'm like, man, this is going to be bananas, like bananas. And when I dropped, it was just like, oh, okay. Then Rachel dropped hers. I'm like, this dude got some heat, like for real, got some heat out here or whatever. So shout out to my guy Reggie, man, and 778, man.
For real.
You did your big one with this one, bro.
He did. He definitely just. It was just like it was so memorable, and everything flows. It was just like just for everyone's project. Yeah. Because your project is about about 30 minutes. Yeah. And I love an album that flows. I love an album that where you can still listen to it and then you can put it on repeat and clean the house up a little bit. I was preparing, setting it all up. I was listening to the project still just to get more into the feel and everything.
I appreciate that.
Of course.
Appreciate the shout out to everybody that has went and downloaded and streaming this album, man, continue to download and stream
of course.
Let's run them streams up, man.
Yeah,
keep running them up, man.
On all the platforms. Let's get it for real.
Every last one of those platforms out there.
Of course.
Go run that project up.
With that being said, because this project was special to you for a lot of reasons, would you be able to share that?
Well, so when I got into when we started preparing for this project, my grandmother took ill in the process of recording this project, and I lost my grandmother while recording this project. And when I tell you I was about to give up I was really about just throwing the towel, like I'm done. And because if you know me, you know that woman meant the world to me. And so as we were preparing for the funeral, you know how they bring the family in to see the body. Yeah. We were getting ready to go see her before the funeral, and I walked in, and her casket was blue. Everything was blue, and I was like, blue is my favorite color.
That's my favorite color too.
There's a reason why the project was called Something Blue.
Yeah.
And when I saw that, it was the confirmation that I needed, because while we were preparing for it, she just kept asking me, when is the music coming out? When is the music coming out? Because I hadn't let anybody hear it, and she just wanted to know when the music coming out. And I hate that she didn't get the chance to hear it. And like I said, when I seen that, it was confirmation to finish this project, man. Yeah. Finish this project. You put in all this time, and you can grind it and finish this project. If you don't finish it for yourself, at least finish it for your grandma. And so I had to strap up, man, and get out there and do it. So that's why this project means so much to me, man. Like, because it was, one of the last times that my granny knew that I was doing what I was doing. So it's wow, because I didn't know how we even for Something Blue. It's crazy because even that was one of the questions I had, and just to even find that out and everything, and I love the fact that, because I understand, to the level of like you're doing all this, you grinding and just making sure that you doing what you love, but sometimes you have that where like you do need that, like, do I still want to continue this? Because even there's times, even for me doing this podcast, like, is this where I want to go? And then it's just, I can't quit now. Right. Because I've already gotten this far. I've already gotten so much into it, and I don't have no plan B, because this is what I wanted to do. And family is so important, and I love the fact that, you needed that one little push, unfortunately, of the circumstances. But that was what you needed to keep going. I love that. Yeah. And because this project is amazing. Thank you, bro.
I'm not just telling you that because you're right here. I am being completely serious.
I appreciate that.
For real.
I appreciate that, man. Yeah. I really didn't know, man. Like, I knew we had a dope project, but you know how you hear people like, man, it's dope, man. Like, it's really dope, but you really don't know.
You really don't. You really kind of.
But everybody's giving me confirmation, and I'm like, I guess we did put out a good project, man. So yeah, man.
Okay. So with the first track, Everything, set the tone of it. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you this before we go back into dive deep into the project, but. I say this project hits different for me because I am married. Okay. So a lot of these records, really, as a man, y'all, like a lot of these records, like I could just look over at my wife and just be thinking, like I can't write music.
I said the same thing because I was listening to the tracks, and like I said, shout out to Reggie again, man. Yes. Dude wrote some dope songs, man. And when I would listen to them, like, bro, like this reminds me of me and my wife, like, literally, and everything that we're going through. Like, my favorite song on the project is "Without You." Yes, which that was one of the first tracks that we recorded.
Oh, okay.
And but it's so many tracks on this album that I get why you say you feel how you feel about it, because it does remind me of my wife as well. Yeah. So I get exactly what you're talking about.
Because I could have listened to this project as a single person and just enjoy the music, but when you go through these things or like, because sometimes I can listen to something like, man, I went through the same situation the other week, like last week or something. Like this is crazy. Yeah. So and then like I mentioned earlier when I told you that she was at the show with me and everything. So to me, it feels even more better the fact I could tell her that I have you on the show versus, hey, I have this artist on the show and she knows nothing about that person. Right. So now it's like, because I got a good job and everything, and I'm like, okay, this is good. Yeah. Everything is a good way to set that project off, and I really enjoyed that.
Thank you. We getting ready to shoot the video to that here soon.
See, he keep asking me stuff. Well, I'm gonna finish earlier, but just gonna get it now. So the question, one of the questions I had was, I noticed on your Facebook that you had said that what should I shoot a video to, and everybody put in the comments, was that one of the?
So it was three songs that I had posted up. Because I've been performing the Without You song, and that's like one of the when people see me out and they talk about the project, that's one of the songs that they always mentioning is Without You. So I knew that the city wanted to push Without You. Yeah. So even when talking with Reggie wants that up tempo first. So I get it, and so everything was on the list as well. Like everything was from the jump. Yeah. That was going to be supposed to be the first song from the jump. Yeah. And the other song that got put on, which was Keep 'Em Coming, the song with Courtney. Yeah. It was crazy that, I put that one on there, but I put it up because the song got nominated for Single of the Year with the OKC
People's Choice Awards. Yeah.
I got nominated for three awards on that, and so that was one of the songs that got nominated, which Dad surprised the hell out of me. I was like, okay, I didn't know that. I mean, I knew they were paying attention, and that's one of my favorite songs on the project as well. Mine too. I'm not surprised that it got nominated, but I am. So I put that out there also to. I just want to see what song everybody wanted to, be pushed.
To kind of get the input, because we all listen to it.
Exactly.
So, if we had to pick one, I get you.
Exactly.
I get you.
So, I put it out there just to get some traction, just to see who was paying attention and what song they wanted. Okay. And of course, Without You, everybody wants Without You. Without You is coming, y'all. I promise you.
It is happening, y'all.
It's coming.
It is happening.
Shout out to my wife again, because she's going to be shooting that Without You video. Her first time shooting a video. She's like, babe, I want to shoot a video. Can I shoot that video? Hell yeah, you can.
Oh, we can't wait for that. I love that. I love that.
So man. But yeah. So
okay. We'll jump into it. How about this? One of my favorite ones on the project is called Release.
Hey,
I love that song.
Rachel wrote that one.
Yeah. Rachel. DJ.
Hey.
I just love y'all.
She did her thing.
She wrote that one. Wow.
Yeah.
See, that's why, y'all, this is why these conversations are needed. Because, like I said, I can listen to it and it's just, whatever, but then get more deep into it. So Rachel got that pen. I love that. Yeah. And y'all, because I'm gonna mention if I have it on there, it is on the Access Code playlist that I have on Apple Music.
That's what's up.
As well as Keep You Coming.
That's what's up, man.
And put on my ladies. Come lay down and release.
Appreciate that, man.
Of course, I want to be able to, I want to let y'all know I do be paying attention to y'all, even if we don't have these conversations.
Exactly.
So
that's good to know, man.
Of course,
good to know.
One song I did like as well, "My Fault" with Bones Flow.
Hey,
that was a good record for with a rap feature. Yeah. It was just like it took me to a time like either late '90s, early 2000s in a way how you kind of set it and then you kind of finished it off right there.
Man, so. With that song, My Fault went through so many different changes, bro. Literally, we had already recorded it, and we had a individual that we wanted to be on the project. The individual, of course, we kept missing each other, and so Reggie was like, "Man, I know somebody, I don't know if he has a lot of traction or what. I was like, man, I don't care. I was like, if he know what he's doing, let's throw him on there. Bones Flow jumped on there, killed it. Shout out to Bones Flow.
Yeah,
man,
for real, yeah.
I never had the opportunity to meet this guy until we done the project or whatever. And like I said, we went through so many different changes. Like, we went through 3 different tracks or whatever. Like, we had one track that we was set on, and we was like, let's switch it up. Then let's switch it up again. And then the final version is what we stuck with, which was dope, man. Dope. I'm glad you like that song as well, man.
Of course, y'all.
My fault. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a good
Another
song.
one of up tempos, man.
And this verse was really good.
Yeah.
It really fits. That's one thing I will say. I do appreciate, because it's the little things. Mm-hmm. I do appreciate when someone gets on the song and whatever the topic is about, you don't get away from the topic. Because this
been times, we listen to like people
like a song could be about love, and then the rap feature about money and all this. I'm like, no, let's stay where we at. That's why Ludacris is beloved, because whatever the topic is, he gonna
stay on it.
He gonna stay on it, and I love that. So, Bones Flow, you did your thing on that one, for real, brother, for real.
Yeah, man.
But yes, y'all, Something Blue out everywhere, like we mentioned. Go stream it. It's on everywhere. You can't miss it.
8 tracks.
Even if you gotta hit it after this interview, you gotta listen to it.
Do that. Make it your job to go listen to that album this week.
And next week.
And the week after.
All right.
Yes, sir.
So let's get into a couple of games here.
Okay.
All right. First one's gonna be the 5 W's: who, what, when. I don't do why. I do would, and where.
Okay.
So with the first one being who would you most like to collaborate with, famous or not?
Famous or not?
That
we have famous and not, or just
okay.
So famous. I would love to collab with Kenyon, guy I was talking to you about, Kenyon, because I hear myself in his music, and I think that it will be a dope collaboration. So, if we could ever make that happen, Kenyon Dixon, let's make that happen.
Let's do it. He's on the tube, so it's getting everywhere.
Let's make that happen, bro.
Yeah.
Not famous. I was brought up around a bunch of singers in my family. All the women in my family can sing, so I was raised by women, and so my aunt, which is Marley is a few years older than me.
Okay.
And her name is Marley Reeves. Shout out to Marley Reeves. If you get a chance, follow her on all social media. When I tell you that this girl will bless your soul, if you looking for that down home church, old school, man. Yeah, man. I was at church this morning and I wasn't feeling it, but when that girl got on that mic, I was like, okay, whatever I'm going through, we could put this on the back burner.
I love that.
Yeah, man. But Marley, if we ever got an opportunity to do that, I'm gonna make that happen.
Okay.
I'm gonna make that happen. So
do it.
So those two.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now you mentioned earlier you like to cook and everything, but of course you gotta like to eat.
Yeah.
So what's your favorite restaurant?
I don't have a favorite restaurant. I just like to eat.
Okay.
I like to try different things.
Okay.
My wife has said all the time, I'm not a trier. I'm not going to be doing what you do.
Yeah.
So, I just like food. So,
if
you cook, if the food's good, I like it.
Home cooking.
Yeah.
I love that.
You can never go wrong with home cooking.
As long as the person that knows what they're doing, you can never go wrong.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's like...
Because you can't eat everybody's cooking.
Yeah. Like, with me and my wife, we're total opposite. She bakes.
Oh, okay.
I do all the cook. I can't bake nothing, but I can cook, though.
I would say this. I was never the cook when it came to my wife and I. However, we sous chef. She.
Exactly.
I got some things I can whip up.
Right.
She got some things she can whip up.
Right.
We can do some
That's
things
what's
together
up.
and everything.
That's
So I appreciate
it's
that.
Made with love. It's made with love. That's what's up.
So when is the best time to write a song?
It's never the right time.
Never right. Just
whenever something comes across your mind, jot it down, write it down.
Yeah.
Now we got phones now. We don't so much have to
Oh, yeah,
write.
we can
pull up our notes and type in and save it until, hey, I come back to it, let's revisit it again. Right. So it's never a right time to write a song or whatever. So,
I got you. All right, so for would you rather get $1 million today or $100,000 a year for the next 10 years?
That's a good question, man. I'll take the 100,000, man. I would.
I'm telling you, like it was just that one day of the year. Oh, you get paid. All right.
Okay. I'll take the 100,000, man.
All right.
Play the long game, man. Let's play the long game.
And for where is the best place to travel to?
For me, me and the wife, we always try to go somewhere where some good live music is. Where I come to find good live music, between Dallas, Memphis, man, when I tell you that there's some dope live music out in Memphis, so that's one of my favorite places to go visit.
I love that.
Is Memphis, especially on Beale Street. You got so many different bars that you can go to, and it's live music going on here. You might have a blues band over here, R&B band over here, or house band over here. So Memphis, for me, is one of my favorite places to go.
I love that.
Yeah.
And y'all, I haven't did this game since Courtney was on the show, but I'm only gonna do it with 3 people. And funny enough, because she's gonna be one of the people I'm gonna ask, so it's gonna do first things first. Okay. So the game necessarily ain't gonna be first word. Okay. It could be the first thing that comes to your mind. Okay. So it could be either or, whatever you feel. But we're gonna, because we mentioned his name earlier, Reggie. Okay. I gotta know what you think about Reggie.
Man, that's my guy. Me and Reggie been knowing each other since we were kids.
Oh, okay.
We sung in a choir together. Reggie played the drums for the choir, and I was in the choir. And solid individual, man. Solid individual. Stayed on my tail this whole project. So, but overall, solid individual, man.
I love to hear that. And Courtney.
Courtney, very sassy. Very sassy, talks her bleep.
And can back it up.
Talks her bleep. And I love it about her. Love it about her. I love her sassiness. And so, yeah.
All right. And the last person, Rachel.
Rachel, like you said, Queen Pen. Queen Pen, man. That girl can write, man. That girl can write. When I tell you I knew nothing of her until linking back up with Reggie, that's how I found out about Rachel. And I'm always looking for people to collab and write with. Yeah. And because before I met Rachel, KO had done a lot of writing for me. And nice. KO, I have a song that's on my iTunes playlist. It's called Good Day. And if you ever heard it, KO wrote this song as well. Me, KO, and my wife wrote this song, but KO wrote a dope verse on that. Wow. And there's before I even got into recording this project, the project was supposed to be called Cooler Than the Other Side of the Pillow.
I love the title too. That's
which famous saying Stuart Scott, KO had came up with the title for the project as well. Unfortunately, things moved different or whatever. And but we will be revisiting that again or whatever. Shout out to my sister KO, man.
Yeah, shout out to her. I saw her yesterday at her show and everything.
It
was dope. That's and everything. One of my favorite people that she's been on the show before too and everything.
KO, dope,
love
man.
KO for real.
Salute, girl. Salute.
Yeah, and that's we have so many similar interests. Our birthdays are 2 days apart. And
okay, that's what's up.
And I'm finding this all out because when I do these things, y'all, I find out so much new information that I love to hear, and I'm just that's like, man, That's the thing we miss in the conversation.
Right. I miss these little interviews, like the video soul interviews that they used to do. Right. They bring them on and sit them on the couch and get to know the people or whatever. Right. So I miss doing stuff like that or whatever. Yeah. So getting the chance to do this podcast was, I had that circled on.
Oh, I'm happy that you did.
I was really excited about coming and doing this today, man.
Appreciate that.
Thank you again, man, for having me, man.
Of course. So, with the project and everything, performing and everything, but what else are you working on right now?
What I'm working on right now is getting my baby ready for her pageant
Oh.
She's getting ready to be in a pageant down in Langston.
Okay.
And getting ready for the homecoming and everything. So I'm getting ready for that. Just being a dad, being a family man at the moment. Getting excited and ready to push this album more. Get ready for the next project.
Yeah.
All of that, man, and just continue to do these shows and continue to be booked. So shout out to all the promoters.
Yes.
If you need a vocalist, male vocalist, I got you. Them numbers is right. Yeah, we got you.
Of course. If the numbers are right. I love that.
Yeah.
And the last thing I want to ask before you go, you know, I know a lot of times people say, you know, we see yourself in 10 years, we see yourself in 5 years, but over here on Access Code, I like to ask, we see yourself in 2 years.
In 2 years?
Yeah.
I see myself at the Grammys bringing one home.
There we go.
That's my goal.
We're gonna shoot for that.
That's what I'm. That's
We're
my.
gonna shoot
That's
for that.
like I promise you, my wife would tell me, picture something, see it, print the picture out, post it up where like the main room that you be in, and every time you walk in that room, you look at that, and that's your motivation. So she had printed me up a picture of a Grammy, and I have it posted in my bathroom. So when I walk in there, I see that Grammy, and that's my motivation. So my plan, my goal, my drive is to bring one of them home, man. The next 2 to whenever. If I can get it before then, cool. You know, so I dream big.
You can never dream big. Go as far as you can go, and and taking everything like that.
Yeah.
Well, I do appreciate you being on.
Thank you for having me, man.
Of course.
Thank you for having me.
We got, but also for y'all, we gotta let the people know where they can find you, so we can.
So if you're on any social media, so Facebook, I'm under my government. It's under my government. It's Freddie Noel. You might end up seeing 2. The other one is my dad. I'm a junior.
Oh, nice.
I'm a junior. So if you're on Instagram or TikTok or anything, Twitter, it's Koolie High 405. It's spelled KOOLIEHIGH 405. So yeah, man, follow me.
All right.
Follow me. I'll follow back.
I love to hear that and everything. All right, and I gotta say it, everything. I love you guys. I truly do. Thank you once again for Koolie High for being on this week's show. Thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.
Salute.